I just pulled up at the gym. Today is book launch day number 2. We launched on Black Friday yesterday. Thank you guys who bought the book already. I really appreciate it. And I thought I'd open the book randomly and just share a section of it. And funny, it's a section on me. Just opened up. It's chapter 2. It's called A Wake Up Call. And it said, sometimes the body whispers, sometimes it screams. Mine was screaming. Each night, the CPAP machine hummed beside my bed, and a reminder that I was literally plugged into survival. Every morning, I woke up more inflamed, more exhausted, and more afraid that this was it. The slow fade into middle age decline that the world called normal. But there was something in me that refused to die quietly. A voice that said, you were not created to live half alive. It's funny that I opened up to this page. I started digging late nights on medical forums, research papers, anything that might explain why my body was turning against me. What I found was a flood of confusion: keto, vegan, fasting, CrossFit, every expert contradicting the last. But one obscure article caught my attention, an old study about a medical hormone called blank, 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 blank. It wasn't a new supplement or fad diet. It was a medical discovery buried under decades of misunderstanding. It claimed that this unique hormone could unlock abnormal fat reserves and reset the hypothalamus, the body's command center for hunger, hormones, and metabolism. I was skeptical, but something about it made sense. For years, I treated fat as the enemy. Fat wasn't the problem. It was the protection my body kept calling for, because it wasn't safe. It always felt safe. It felt like it was in danger. That question changed everything. That's just the beginning of a little part of this book, and it goes into a lot deeper. And this is the first of a few series, because we go deeper and deeper and deeper each series. I share that with you because it takes me back. It takes me back to the moment before that I share in the book about waking up completely inflamed, trying to put on my suit because I was a mortgage broker at the time, and putting on my suit and I couldn't button my pants. And I had a ton of suits. That was my uniform. That was my armor. Very expensive suits. And I put them on one by one. And the pants wouldn't fit. They wouldn't buckle. That little hook, you couldn't get that hook on. Or if I got it on, it was squeezing me. And I just felt ashamed. And I broke down into tears. That was my come to Jesus moment. That was the moment that it wasn't the CPAP machine. It wasn't the fact that I stopped breathing 80 times a night. It wasn't that I had severe high blood pressure. It wasn't that I was a type 2 diabetic and my parents had died from diabetes related heart failure and kidney failure in their 60s, in the age that I am now. My mom died at 62. My dad died at 72, actually, so he has a few years on me. I share this with you because everything I've gone through in my life pointed me to this moment, pointed me to what I do for a living, pointed me to the people that I get to help, pointed me that I am not one of those weight loss guys that tells you to eat less and move more and has never had a weight problem in his life. My weight was killing me. I was following the family curse. I was destined to be a diabetic and have my limbs removed, like my grandparents had their legs removed from their knees. My dad was getting ready to have his fingers removed as a dental surgeon. I think that's what made him finally give up. All those stories aren't in there. That may be in the next one. But what's in here is a blueprint. The second book I've written, and for some reason I can't help but write this way. I just want somebody to tell me what the fuck to do to get where I want to go and understand how to get there and how to stay there. I don't want a novel. I don't want the history of weight loss. I don't want you to tell me all of the bullshit that everyone else tells you. I want to say, show me what it is I don't see. What this book will show you is that it's not about the food. It's how your body feels. And a body doesn't feel safe will not release the weight. And if it does release the weight, it'll be temporary because it'll armor up again. And the only armor we know as humans is to pad ourselves with adipose, to protect ourselves from impact, from perceived danger, from perceived emotions that we can't handle. And what you'll learn and discover in here, that the roadmap to you keeping the weight off and releasing it is, yes, we got to reset the hypothalamus. Yes, we have to turn off the inflammation in the body. Yes, we have to hormonally balance the body so it feels optimal. But what keeps the weight off and what helps it move faster off your body is your willingness to let it feel safe. And that is facing some of the traumas and the limiting beliefs and the things your body has gone through up until now. So it doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 70s, like some of my clients. I've even had a client 84 who's like refused to go quietly into that good night and not in great shape. It's whatever you refuse to feel will show up in your life physically, emotionally, mentally, but your body will armor up. And stop losing weight, release it, is that. You can't keep telling the body to lose weight. You got to help it release it. And that's where emotional regulation comes in. That's when understanding who's actually running the show. That's actually understanding who is stepping up when you're triggered, who wants to eat, or when you're sad and lonely, wants that glass of wine, the second and the third one to numb yourself to go to sleep. It's who's in the room when you think you're craving something. Because it's not the adult sovereign you. It is the inner child. It is the one that at between 0 and 7 had an emotion, had a feeling, had an incident, created a feeling, a story about it, a meaning about it. And you keep creating those circumstances over and over and over again. If you're addicted to a shame loop, guess what? You'll have good days, lots of them put together, and then you'll feel the need to go back into that shame. You'll sabotage. You'll get in your way. It happens in every aspect of your life. Everything touches everything. What I did know is once I was able to align my body and get it back to where it felt in homeostasis, everything else seemed simple. Building $1 million empire felt simple, easier than releasing 47 pounds and understanding why I put it on and how to keep it off, because that took work. That took inside work. It took my willingness to face the things that I was afraid to face, to be able to sit in fear, to sit in sadness, to sit in shame, to sit in anger, and ask myself, what do I need? What did the 5-year-old version of me need? Didn't get it from his caretakers, not because they're pieces of shit, because they were dealing with their own trauma, their own limiting beliefs, their own operating system. Truth is, if you buy this or not, it doesn't change my life. I get to do what I get to do. I get to live in this body, sitting in front of the gym, getting here to go push some weight. I get to live my life happy in a body that feels fucking good. It matters if you read it or not. If it resonates with you, spend the $3, download it, and read it. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I believe it'll help you. But you believe it'll help you. That's the key. So let me hop in here in the next few days and keep sharing a different chapter that I'll just open it up and see what it says. The reason why I didn't disclose the secret is because it's usually they'll try and ban the video if I tell you the truth about what works and what doesn't. So I did that on purpose, not to keep it from you, but to keep the algorithms from blocking the message. Trust me, Big Brother's listening. And the truth is being stifled. It's been stifled for 75 years. I'm here to speak the truth. Much love. Peace.